This right here is the 7-year evolution of the new Festool cordless table saw. It all started down here with this unit right here, which as I understand kind of started as a joke, where one of the Festool dealers asked them, hey, why don't you put a table saw inside of a sustainer? So they grabbed an old sustainer and a wood piece here on top and started mocking up ideas for how they could possibly put a saw blade inside of a sustainer, which then moved to this one, which is a little bit bigger, and they moved the blade over to the left-hand side. And you can even see here on the side, they'd already built in a slot that could be used for batteries. And you can see here on the front, they've got some pieces of foam where they were coming up with ideas of where to place buttons and on-off switches. And then they moved on to this one here, which is a much more serious prototype of this one right here. You can see the buttons are kind of the same and sort of the same positions and shapes. But this one right here now already has the slide on it and the angle finder and the guard on the top of the blade. And then here they moved on to an even more serious prototype. They actually started 3D printing some of these parts. They changed the location of the blade. They changed the way that the slide system would work and how the angle finding system would work. And you can see that the size of the saw started to change quite a bit. They also added the sliding table saw fence and this wing on the side that flips up to extend the top of the table. From there, they made up this system, which goes off to their testing department. All of their tools go through hundreds of hours of testing. And so they build up these kind of frames and they put all the working pieces inside and they'll tilt them and raise them up and go back and forth and do kickback tests and everything for hundreds and hundreds of hours to see how long things will last and what will wear out first or what might give out. Then they can make adjustments to the tools in areas where they find weaknesses. And once they put this one through all the tests and they'd worked out all the kinks and everything, then they got to work finalizing the design of it and using aluminum and plastic. You can see here that it's actually a clear plastic, not like what the one is today. They found the location for the batteries, which they would put here on the sides. And they started to put in the clips down here, which if you push, to let the wing come up and then the wing would hold into place. So this was almost exactly what they wanted, but they still had to figure out how to put it inside of a sustainer. And I'm not sure exactly when, but at some point they thought, why don't we just take one of the big sustainers and lay it down on its side, and then we can lift it off and have the table saw inside of a sustainer. And that's how Festool went from an idea like this, over 7 years and a few hours of testing and R&D, into something like this that we have now.